since we're doing this now. We're into the charms read for you. But the rat is something that takes things away. The mouse takes things away. And the bee has done a lot of hard work. There's something that's switching. There's something with the paperclip or the clothespin here. Those are signs of attachment. Paperclip, clothespin, and sometimes we'll get a screw depending on how attached it is. This isn't too easy, or I should say too hard. This isn't too hard to remove something, to pull apart. When you think about opening up a clothespin, it opens up pretty easy. It isn't strongly attached. There's something you're not strongly attached to that you've worked hard for, but you need to shift how you're thinking on it to move forward. Now, over here we have the starfish, we have the cat, we have the other star, the namaste. These are really linked together. Why are these so trickily linked? I don't know if you can see this, but these are super trickily linked. There's just something about getting a second chance, a new hope. You've got multiple stars through here, like 1, 2, 3, 4 with the moon here. Something hidden coming in. And the heart, what is it your heart wants to do? You're going to take steps in the new direction. That's why the shoe came in so big. But there might be a desire to do a little bit of travel, to go somewhere else. This is coming in with the heart, and it's also coming in with a sense of globe. Then we've got the captain's wheel here. There's a little bit of travel coming in. And then the shoe, and it's very much, this one comes in more as the boots were made for walking than the Devil Wears Prada. So it's a very different energy. But what's coming through is whatever the work is that you've applied yourself to, that you've been doing and, you know, kind of hard charging about, it's shifted. And it's not going to be that difficult to step into the new life, to step into the new thing. Something has definitely shifted. It feels like something was taken away from you or something was stolen. Don't get hung up on that. Don't attach yourself to that. Let it go. Move yourself forward. Allow for new hope to be there. If you were to see the star card in tarot, you'd be thinking, okay, healing waters time, and then also dream your dream again and move forward and move towards it. Have hope on that. That's what's coming through the most strong. You're shifting your direction with this one here. The captain's wheel here, you're shifting your direction. So all these stars, it's like the stars are literally trying to line up, but you need to shift your direction and step into the new opportunity that's coming forward for you. So that's what I've got. That's kind of a crazy one, but that's what I've got. That's a little bit wild. So, and I recorded that, but I was looking at the recording on my iPad, and it looked like I didn't get most of the charms in there, so I shot down. But yeah, that's what I got. Look at it again a little later. It'll make sense to you again later as you look. So go take a look, but that's a lot of stars for one charms reading. That's a whole hell of a lot of stars. So, okay. So, Kim, who's next? You're welcome, Julie. You are so welcome. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, Vika, just a pinch. Okay, Vika, let's see what we got on the pinch. What's going lopsided? Something's going a little lopsided here. I don't know what that's about. Wow, okay. Wow, Christmas is screwball for you is what I'm getting. Okay, so looking down here. Christmas is a little screwball for you. You've got the first thing out is the Christmas tree we're noticing. And with this time of year, it's a distinct calendar line here. Promises that you thought would be delivered by Christmas aren't delivered. You need to be in peace about it. Promises for hope. This is get yourself in a peaceful space. But something that feels like a promise that was supposed to be here by Christmas isn't happening. I wouldn't be surprised if there was literally late deliveries going on. We have this card for love and opportunity coming and switching over. This is something interesting. Different opportunity for love going forward. Now this one here, if I can get it and show it. It's like love that's in the palm of your hand, really in the palm of your hand. Something is shifting in how you do love, who you love, and where you offer your gifts. That's what's coming up in here. This is all feeling like December, and this I would take to be a date as Christmas. There's something that's growing up now, very interesting. Here we have the rose, and here we have the carriage. This is very Cinderella type carriage to me. And here we have the rose. It's giving me, girl, the fairy tale isn't all it's cracked up to be. The fairy tale isn't the only thing. In fact, what's better than the fairy tale is the reality. Sometimes that's hard to see, but it feels like if you keep it just in the land of fairy tale, if you keep it in the shallows, you're not getting to the deep good stuff. You're going to be ready to get to the deep good stuff when you let go of kind of the little girl thinking, the made up fairy tale thinking, the Cinderella thinking. It's not that there isn't magic in the world, because there is, but most of the magic in the world is what we create for ourselves, and it feels very much Like this Christmas is going to be a watershed moment for you. You're going to switch something and it's going to be big. All right, going to go back down to the rest of the charms and take a peek at those. Okay, what do we have here? We have the coin, the money, the security, and this is far off in the subconscious, something about how you do security. Then the planets lining up. They've got the moon here and the planets here, and this is both coming in the amethyst purpley color. That means you're opening up third eye chakra type stuff. That's big, big, big. Then this is snowflake. This is a winter's amethyst. What is going on with that? What is going on with that? I'm going into Marchetti because I want to go for you. I just want to go for you. We're looking into January here. This is getting through Christmas. This will be the first week or so of January. Second week of January, I want a few cards coming down for this. I know that's not normally how I do it, but it's what I want to do. Yeah, you've closed off something in the world, completed something huge. You're celebrating something entirely new, and the Hierophant comes out. By end of January into February, there's new opportunity presenting. This is where there's tradition, and this is also sometimes promotion, but you get the keys to the kingdom, the keys to something huge coming in. This feels like it's down the track. It's not too far down the track. And celebrate all your victories along the way. This is huge for you. That's what's coming up for you. Anything else? I want you to be highly aware of what's trying to come in here. The third eye opens, and it's not just about the dream space. It's not just always about the astral. It's not always where we're seeing in our imagination. Sometimes the third eye opens up and we see it right before our eyes. Yeah, you're going to see something in the 3D that you'll be able to find the spiritual connection to, and it'll be simple. It'll be very, very simple, and it's going to come after snow flies. So, you know, the climate is different from lots of people, but this feels like after snow flies. That's what's going on. I don't know why, but that's what's going on. So, yeah, that's what I got. Okay, Kim, who's next? You're welcome, Vika. You are so, so welcome. Kristen for charms. I think that might be the case. So let me see if Kim's got that. Kristen, 2 pinches. Okay, let's see what's going on for Kristen. What's going on? Okay. There's one. Here we go here. This feels like it's all through there. We're going this way through the calendar. Holy shit balls. Okay. Boy, honey, you're getting your money's worth on this one. I can't even tell you. There's a lot going on. All right, down we go to the charms. Let's see what's going on. Oh, wow, running the river here. So what we have here is the crown, the river, and the screw. This is where you're understanding who you are, understanding value and worth. This is the crown chakra opening up. Everything to do with crown, but this is, girl, you got to wear it. Running the river, and getting in the flow. Now, this isn't really a charm, but it is one of my older earrings that I love, and it reminds me of flow. It reminds me of river. It reminds me of understanding the value of something. This one's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I should probably take the back of it off, but this is what it is. It's run the river, and this is really, really the currents taking you into something that is more opulent, something that is more abundant. So it feels like screw your crown on tight because you're going to need to go with the flow. Hold your sense of value. Hold your sense of place. You're moving forward into the new year here. This is the last end of December here. This is coming up going forward. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully you can see that well enough. All right. So we're seeing the stork and the sun right here by this star. Now this is so interesting. Just before I did your read, I was looking and I'm thinking, okay, Lenormand, I was getting the cranes, and we've got the stork here. This is something about the long-legged. This would be either lengthen your stride, lengthen the steps that you take, encourage yourself to have bigger goals, bigger dreams, that kind of thing. Or sometimes in Lenormand, it can literally indicate a tall person coming near, a tall person coming to help, or coming near. This is sometimes it even influences like a tall suitor or a tall gentleman that comes towards you, but this feels like a long-legged person. I would say also lengthen your stride. Make your ambitions for the new year, not your goals and your resolutions, but your ambitions and your desires big for this new year. Be very, very bold. We've got the lamb here coming in, and this is something huge, huge and fluffy. This is not just pie in the sky thinking. Something big and fluffy and bold. There's something really wonderful, and there's something a little bit childlike coming through with this lamb. This is something very, very, it's like when we see the lambs or the sheep and we think about counting sheep as we go to sleep, that kind of thing. We think about lambs and little kids, and nursery rhymes. It's going to be something that comes in a very sing-song fashion. What do we got here? Why are we getting that? Do we have a music note here? I'm not seeing music everywhere, but something's coming in sing-song fashion. So what is this? What I'm getting is something very, very sing-song, and it doesn't feel like a song. So that leads me to believe it's either poetry, like the children's poetry, like sometimes Shel Silverstone was great children's poetry, or children's story. There's something that is old, even like a nursery school rhyme, that this is coming through, that this is strongly coming through. Now, we have down here, I'm going to go back down. We have the scissors coming through, and then we have the moon and the star coming through here. This is green. This is something this is a nursery rhyme in the heart. This is something different. You're making a cut, and then we have the writer with new news coming in. This all feels like it's happening in January with the sun. There's going to be a new announcement coming in. We look like we're moving towards February right here. February. Going forward, February, March. Yeah. February, March. Nope, it's not going to April. This is February, March. I'm going February, March, 8. Nope, it won't let me go. This feels like January. So we've got December here, January here. Right here would be February, and here, March. So February. We've got the clouds coming in. Now, again, I'm getting, look at this reference. Look at this shape. Look at this cloudy thinking. This is giving me like nursery type thinking. Nursery rhymes. There's something about this that you need to look into. There's something about the nursery rhymes and what you know in your mind from an old nursery rhyme from childhood that's important to you. Stars coming in here, just like sun was here. Illumination, hopes and dreams here. There's something coming in with the feminine energy coming in strongly right here with the Ankh, with another star coming in here, and the cat's back. What's this about? Why do we have the cat's back? If you look at this one, I'm trying to turn it so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. It feels like the cat's back. So what do we got here? What are you leaving behind here? You've cut something. You're leaving something behind. And then this comes in. Sometimes this is a sign of new children, new babies. All of this is the diaper pin. It's not so much like attachment, although it does hold things together. It's usually more like new projects, something spicy coming in. We've got the whole clove here, and this is in my charms thing. It's a clove, it's spice, something big coming in. What's coming on with that? Something that eases pain. Then here, the orange. There's an old tradition coming through, and there's an old tradition of putting cloves inside oranges, and this is an old traditional thing. People used to make pomanders this way. I did this as a kid, but this is, I don't think I've seen the clove and the orange come in together just like this before, but that's what's going on. It's something that's an old tradition, that something new is coming forward, something new is brought forward. It makes things more pleasant. There's a project coming in more feminine. This is an old way. Here we have the dove of peace, and then we have the dog coming in. Loyal friend coming in. So this is, we've got December, January, February, March. Loyal friend coming in. Peace coming in. A new message coming in, and a lot of talk coming in with the birds coming in strongly here. Here we have the shoe that says we are moving forward. This is ambition. This one's not just moving forward. This is moving on up. There's an ambition going on. This high heel shoe comes in. It doesn't come in Lenormand. Here, let me see if you can see this. It's not in the Lenormand card, but it's in my charms. And this is ambition. This is more of, not quite Devil Wears Prada, but kind of. It's ambition. There's something shifting in your job here. This is what's coming in on this. And the charms will read how the charms are going to read, but this is coming in. There's a cleverness and a craftiness coming in here. You've got the little fox coming right here. Let's see if I can show you this. Yeah, there is clever and craftiness about the job coming in. So where you're trying to step up, step into, yeah, craftiness about the job, this is coming in. And this is solar. This is your own identity, how you declare yourself to be, the I am, and something flourishing. This is coming in March. This is totally rightly timed in March. There's a lot of joy and happiness about this. There's change coming in with the dragonfly here. The crown, this is like not so strongly as what the crown is over here. I mean, look at the size difference here versus here. So you can see that there's difference in size, but this lesson has been mastered in 2024 with the big crown. The little crown, it's just like straighten it and keep going forward. And then this is the turquoise heart coming in with the wings. This is speaking your truth, going towards your job. This is big. This section right here, these three and these three. Let's take a look. We're going black violet. We're going to look one more over this. This feels like something going on in the job that's a smart move in the job. Yeah, 10 of Cups is coming up on this. A lot of happiness coming up on this job. The change, whatever this is going to bring huge happiness to the household for you. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's holy cow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that pomander thing, even if you don't do this or have never done this, if any of you ever take the time to do it, it's sticky and messy, but it's kind of wonderful. And the scent is sweet. And it's an old school kind of tradition of doing it. And I've seen it. I used to, like, as a kid, I think I would stab the orange with a fork and then stick the cloves in. And I swear, I think my mom just had us do this, keep busy, you know, keep the kids busy at Christmas time so she could wrap the presents or whatever. But it's interesting to see those old traditions come through in such a way. And interesting to see it come through so clearly, like an orange and the spice clove right there, boom, in the same reed. You're going to get some of that carryover. All right, next is Eva for 2 pinches. Okay, let's see what's going on for Eva. Why are we getting umbrellas for you, honey? Hang on. Eva, we're getting a message from my guides, and Mo is in the back, and she's showing me this umbrella, and she's even pulling one out from behind the desk. It's like the umbrella is wet behind her desk. I'm not sure what this is about, but something that has showered down. Not sure what that's about. So we've got umbrellas coming through for you before we even get into the time. So this is what we're looking. 2 pinches. Okay, this one's going like this. Okay, all right. This one might not be so calendar as some of the others. Wow. Okay, big, big, big. All right. So hopefully I can catch all of this here. I'm going to flip this down again. Flip this down so you can see. Okay, what we're getting is Phoenix energy, and this is rising from the ashes. Very, very interesting. This is Phoenix energy coming in here, and beautiful like the swan. And again, the umbrella thing is coming through. This is not an umbrella. I'm going to show you this up close. You can clearly see what it is. However, there is something about the fanning of the feathers that if you flip it upside down, if you think of it from hangman perspective, shift your thinking, it does protect from something that feels like difficult weather. It shifts. Just do this for sake of simplicity. It shifts, so there's an arc over you, a protective arc over you. This shift in understanding who you are is huge for you right now. There's a sense of needing to dive deep to start something new. You've got shades of Lemuria, and you've also got shades of the Fool coming in. You've got the Rabbit in the Fool position going forward. Again, we've got another, look at this. It's something about the feathers, the way you see yourself, the way you dive deep again. And we're getting this umbrella arc again, even though it's birds, even though it's peacock here. These feathers, this fanning of the feathers, this fanning of the time. This is giving me something that you need to be very proud of is protecting you. Something you know you're good at, something that you are skilled at, something that others would be really proud of you for taking on. This is actually something that's very protective, and it works as an asset to you, very, very strong in your favor on that. I'm not sure why or what, but that's what's going on. I'm going to flip this down. I see Kristen's message about needing to get oranges. That's a hoot. Okay, now we're here. We've got the snake, and this one is a little bit of trickery and treachery that's down, and this feels subconscious. Even though on this it's up, for you it feels down. It feels below the surface. This is don't sell yourself any bullshit or any bullshit lie right now. The time has come to move forward. This rabbit wants to carry forward, You've got the blue heart here with the wings and the blue clock. This is time. Turquoise time to speak clearly, speak your truth. It's time, overdue, you're late. This rabbit isn't lined up with the clock yet. It's a little bit late. Here. Ah, come on, you. We've got the dog again, and this one's coming in very, very strange. Okay, I don't think I've ever had the dog in Lenormand would come in as loyalty. I'm getting 101 Dalmatians off of this. That's what I'm getting. So if you know the reference, you know the reference. I think you probably do, or I wouldn't be getting it. But it's 101 Dalmatians, the dotted dogs. Remember the big white dogs with the dots? They're the dog of their own color. It's like some people say leopard doesn't change his spots, neither does a Dalmatian, right? Whatever this pattern is, whatever this is that is distinctly you, this is to be celebrated, to be valued, to be prized. Others will see it and cherish it. I'm getting the 101 Dalmatians. I don't know why that's distinctly coming in. Look for that. Look for that popping up, the dotted, spotted creature popping up in your field of vision coming soon. Don't know why. You pay attention when you see it. Pay attention, because it's going to be like, okay, I needed to pay attention. I remember somebody saying something about the damn dotted dog or spotted leopard, whatever. It's going to pop, and you're going to see it, and it's going to be important for you. You've got the bare bones fish here, and then flipping it over here with the rocking horse. Okay, all right. We're going to flip this back down so you can see. Sorry. The bare bones fish here, and the rocking horse. This is coming through a little bit different. This is something that's a lesson from childhood that has been picked clean. There's no more value in going to something that has no more sustenance on it. The lesson from childhood that's been picked clean that you've learned and you know well enough. This is quit beating yourself up about something also. The lesson from childhood that has been picked clean, time to move to your own truth. Now this one, I think this is just stacked books. There's a learning, a lesson. See if you can see this, I hope. Right here. The learning, the lesson, the stacked books. The lesson from childhood that's been picked clean. This is what's going on. This guy wants to go forward with this. So we're moving him here. This wants to go forward here. We're going to see what's going on here. We're going into this fabulous Journey to Oz and Wonderland deck. And we're going to see, because I can't help but do it with these two charms here. Ha! Ace of Pentacles. This is Queen Alice. Look at this. It's time for you to own something. Time for you to be really, really strongly owning it. Queen Alice. Something about that you have learned in childhood that you have outgrown that elevates you to the next stage going forward. And all of this round here. You've got time. You've got this understanding of time going forward. You've got coins coming forward here. The pentacles here. The music here. The leaf. The star. And this I want to see really clearly and show you if I can. It's not exactly round. It's more like even the money bags from Monopoly. There's abundance, and you just got Alice, Queen of the Pentacles. Knows her value, knows her worth, steps into whatever is coming forward for her. And it's a season. This gold is coming in as a season. So gold leaf here comes in as a season for some reason. Hopes and dreams and what you want to do going forward. Whatever makes your heart happy. What helps bring the song in your heart. This is something that needs harmonized. What is that about? Why are we getting the harmonized? I'm getting harmonizing is a key for you going forward. It doesn't mean adopting something else, but it means harmonizing. What is above needs harmonized with what is below. We've got the green over here and the green here coming in from the Lemurian dive deep and the star up high. So this is below the water and in the sky, both merging together. Mo and that umbrella again. She's pointing the umbrella and she's pointing it this way. She's pointing at Lucy. Lucy is one of my other guides. Lucy's very, very much Lemurian and star-oriented. Let's see what Lucy has to say. Victory coming through. And victory is coming through. It's like the Six of Wands coming through with the Six of Cups. This is something interesting. There's victory over childhood, victory over nostalgia. This is saying the Lobster Quattro. It's like learning a different kind of dance altogether. Dancing through something. This is whatever it was that was a difficult lesson has now transformed, has been transmuted going forward. The key down here, I don't know if you can see. Hopefully you can see. The key is right here. I'm going to move it so you can for sure see it. The key is learning to do the dance. Learning to flow and dance with whatever this is going forward. This is coming through as a full season. This whole season. It's not coming through with calendar dates, and I told you that before. It's not coming through with calendar dates. The winter to you is going to feel more like a wet spring. It's not going to feel like as harsh as winter, but it's going to be a season, and it's going to be dictated by what's going on in your heart more than the weather. It's going to be dictated by what's going on in your heart and how you align with that more than the calendar. Okay, let's see what's going up with this next little bit of pinches going on. And that's over here. Oh, hang on. There we go. Shift this down. Okay, we're over in here. So the key is getting in alignment with yourself. Again, we've got more of this green coming through, this green teal. You're shifting from heart chakra element to throat chakra element 2. And this is where the queen here, Queen of Pentacles, would stand in her truth, stand in her value and her worth. This is knowing the map, knowing the compass. It's not just about the coins, but I want to see this one. It wants to be a clock again. It wants to be a clock, and I'm getting clock and compass here. So let me see if I can show you both of these. You got this clock and you got this one before. There's a reference, there's being in harmony, and there's something about timing going on. Now, you know when you hear something in music and it's a syncopated rhythm, it's not quite on. If something feels syncopated, it's out of rhythm for you. It's not the time for syncopation. It's not the time for extra beats to be thrown in. It's the time for more of a pure harmony to come in. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what it feels like very, very strongly. There's a gift coming in, new gift, new divine feminine gift. And then the cat here. Oh my gosh, this is the cat that had the cream. Holy cow, sly cat. And a screw coming in here, strongly, strongly attached. Strongly attached over here. What else do we have here? We're going to look for one more card in here and see what's going on. Why is this one? In Alice in Wonderland, you have the Cheshire Cat with the big grin, right? There's a whole lot of wisdom coming in with that. And there's a whole lot of mystery with that too. But there's something that's strongly attached, and it is smirk-worthy stuff going on at this point. Sword of Truth. That's why you're strongly attached to it. The Sword of Truth. And on this card, it's saying the Vorpal Sword. It's the Sword of Truth. It's something that is unbelievably powerful and strong, but smirk-worthy in the knowing of it. It's an acquisition of a memory that you had, or an acquisition of a learning that you've overcome. That's what's going on. Wow, wow, wow. That's what I've got. That's what I've got. Anything else? I want to see June. I don't know why, but I'm wanting to see June. So we're going to look. Because you've got this weird spring weather for as long as you'd like, honestly. Mo is shaking the umbrella dry, It's just going to be fine. Judgment. To thine own self be true in June. I love seeing this. And this is Jabberwocky. This is facing down the Jabberwocky in a big way. You face something down huge, huge by the time June hits. This is interesting new balance. And this is coming through. This is how you win. I don't know why this is how you win, but this is what it is. This is how you win. It's like you outdance the Jabberwocky, and it's something that you're skilled and clever at doing. Anything else? Know when you need your umbrella to take it with you, even if it feels like you don't think that there's going to be rain in the sky, you take your umbrella with you. This is saying take your protection with you whenever you feel like you should. Take it with you. It's not going to hurt. This particular time, there's going to be a little bit of rainfall. There's going to be something going on that's going to create disturbance, not disruption, but a disturbance in your field. It's not the end of the world. It is going to help bring through cleansing and bring through what you need for nourishment, just to get things moving forward for you. Don't know why that's going on, but it is what's going on. And it feels like what is coming in to heal you is necessary to do. And you'll walk in the spring weather for as long as you need to this year. And it feels like you're starting it early. So instead of having winter, spring, summer, you just get spring. So when you have those moments where the showers come through, just let them run through you. Yeah, that's complete. That's complete. Holy cow. Yeah, that was something else. Charm treats are just wild. You don't always know what's going to come through, but that's what's going to come through. Krista, how to get infos on classes? Sure. Let me give you some info on classes. Where did I put it? I think Phil had that somewhere else. You can write me at Angie Does Classes. My classes are on for $99. There's like about 3 hours and maybe 15 videos worth of stuff. And then I do 2 follow-ups with that. So 2 half-hour sessions as follow-ups with the classes. So just shoot me an email to Angie Does Classes, literally how it's spelled, all run together at Gmail. And that's where my classes are. And they're $99 for my classes. There's a lot of content, and you're talking tarot in no time. And they're fun. Tarot should be fun. If it's fun, you're going to learn it faster. If you're fun, you're talking tarot faster, and you're understanding, and you're getting feedback from the cards, from your guides, from the universe faster than if it's, oh, I have to work to learn, to memorize, to learn, to learn. You're going to learn it anyway, but it's fun. So that's what I've got on classes. And I did have some kind of little thing for that, little advertisement there, but I don't have it right now. Phil probably set it somewhere aside, but that's what it is. So Angie Does Classes at Gmail. Yeah. Angie Does Classes at gmail.com. Yeah. All right. Liz for the year ahead. So that's what we're doing next. Let me get a little water and we'll take a look. Liz for the year ahead. You're welcome, Kristen. Eva, it makes a lot of sense. You needed to hear this. Good, 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 good. Good. Glad it helps. All right. So we're going to Liz for the year ahead. Just 1 second. I need to find your deck, honey. Just 1 second. Oh, we're going to the Golden Art Nouveau. It's kind of a classic deck in and of itself, but that's what we're going for you. So we're going to look at that. So this one I love, like really love, like really, really love, even have a mini. So we'll put that over here. I'm going to flip this down. This is recording and it'll be on the YouTube in a while. So let's take a look for Liz for the year ahead. What's going on? This is a classic Rider-Waite deck, and it's a great one to learn on, and it is beautiful. And minis, if you like the minis to travel in your purse, great. But I prefer the full size, and I didn't know that. I've tried a few different minis, and I keep going back to, yeah, I like the full size deck. Minis are great for in the purse, but maybe not everybody feels like they need to have tarot in their purse all the time. Okay. You're ever, Liz. Wow, that one wants to flip. What was that? Wow, the World and the Three of Wands. Okay. So the World is where you've completed something. You're moving forward to something new, right? This is a great card. This is advancement. And the Three of Wands, you're going to have to patiently wait for the ships to come in. This is the challenge for you in this year. Now let's see what's going on here. I took the borders off of this, so it might be a little noisy. Sorry about that. They're really crunchy. Like, different card stocks are not meant to have those borders taken off. But that's what I like to do. Okay, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Very, very interesting when we're seeing this. Let me scooch this so you can see it. Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Okay. That's not as good as I hope. Hang on. There we go. That might be a little bit better. Okay. So we've got this here where you're waiting. My Santa Fe burger card, right? Where you've done something, you've put the order in for the burger, and you're waiting for it to come to you. You've completed something. So right now your test is patience, right? Then you see the December card. Self-care is coming in December. This is a time for rest, retreat, renewal, restore, reclaim. Any word you can think of practically here. It's reclaim, renew, restore. It's rest, retreat. Really take good care of yourself in this particular time. This is December. Why? Because January you're going to feel like this. I'm not loving that. We're going to get some clarification. This is when you're feeling like poverty and lack out in the cold. It's really hard for you in January. And in February, you're going your own way. And February, you're going towards something new. I want to see what's going on through both of those months. So I'm going to make a space here in the cards. Right here. We'll see what's going on with this. Why does she feel this way? I'm getting a little bit of this, and I don't usually get this. I'm getting rejection. I'm getting there's a sting of rejection somehow that's going on. Maybe the holiday season isn't how you remember it. Maybe you're remembering something sweeter than what it is. Maybe you've got a little bit of rose-colored glasses. But there feels like a little sting of rejection if you don't take care of yourself first. It might be that you've outgrown some kind of social circle or relationship. But there's a little sting of rejection, and it feels like you feel left out. And if you've outgrown a certain set of friends or a certain situation or even a certain place that you used to go, maybe it's the church of your youth that you don't go to anymore, but you kind of miss the magic that was there during different holiday events. Maybe that's something that you miss and you feel like you're a little bit apart from your community. Don't despair. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Go your own way because you're meant to go your own way in a new way. But you're certainly not as impoverished as you feel. So remember your value. Remember your worth. Remember it's okay to grow and have time alone or separate sometimes. It's a card of separation. Look at this. This is why I love to clarify. Look. The duplicates come up. It's like the universe giving you neon sign. Neon sign. You still need to rest, renew, and restore. And sometimes... You're getting a little bit of a preach here. Sometimes when you outgrow certain people in your life, you need to allow for the space. You miss having the company. You miss having close ones near you that you're used to. But still, if you were in their company, you might feel a little uncomfortable anyway. So you really can't go back. You really won't go back. Because, like Alpha says, I don't want it anymore. You've outgrown something. Something has changed. Definitely, definitely. And this is now you need to take care of you. What else needs to happen in going towards February? Do everything you can to spoil yourself rotten, even if it does mean more time on your own. Look at this. Page of Cups coming in big. This is the stinky fish tea, and you can see it so well there. But there is something substantial there. You're learning to take care of self, learning that you go for the emotional growth, the emotional lesson of the cups. And when the fish is there, you don't just get something to drink, you get the dinner too, right? But you have to learn how to adjust. This independence has to be there. There is something missing in these cups. None of these cups have fish in them. None of these things are really feeding you. You have to go to the well that feeds you, right? What do we got here? Why does that one want to come out? Now this is March coming up. This is giving you shades of March. After February, then comes March. So let me put this right here so you can see it. And I'm going to flip this down. You're seeing this Four of Wands. This is a spectacular time where you're at the threshold of a door. You're dancing through something huge in life. This is where there's synchronicity and lining up. This is usually weddings, celebrations, births, graduations, that kind of thing. The World card here, also very much a completion, a graduation of a sort. This is coming through in March. It feels like winter is going to feel perhaps a little, I don't know if lonely is the right word, but you feel a sense of aloneness a little bit more strongly in this one. Don't let it throw you. You're walking away from what doesn't fill you up. What leaves you longing means you have to leave it behind. Even though they're all upright, they're not ruined, they're not destroyed, but they aren't offering you anything that's a surprise. They aren't offering you anything, a delightful stinky fish. They aren't offering you room to grow, so you have to go beyond it, okay? March comes up, and there's this feeling a little bit beat up, a little bit worn out, a little bit like, This is the card of resilience. He's still standing. He's defended what's been important to him. And he doesn't have to be defensive to just hold his own. To just keep standing is the challenge by March. What else is going on from March? Ha 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 ha! I love seeing this. Now we're seeing a little bit of fierceness come in here. We're seeing this new message, this really strong message of the Page of Wands, this ambition, this desire, this excitement, and a new message coming in. Justice comes in April, May, and June here. April, May, June. April is justice, karma, really coming through and doing her job, doing the business of rebalancing the scales in April. May, you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? There's something that's mysterious that you don't know of. And June has heartache, so we're going to get a clarifier on this. What do we got here? This is something you better trust your intuition all through here. When you're learning this self-care and this retreat stuff going on in December, learn to trust your intuition all the way through. Trust what your heart longs for. Because this is somebody that might be trying to take a little bit more than they need to take, or somebody you might give to a little bit more than you should. Trust your intuition on this. Don't sell yourself short. Don't betray yourself going forward. Don't overcompensate or compensate by giving somebody more credit in their potential than what they're showing by their actions. Yeah. You are the one that has the gift. You are the one that has the value. You are the one that has the gold and the treasure, and the universe is offering a lesson up to you. This is tricky for you. It's a lesson of resourcefulness, of talents, and of what you value. Money isn't just about the actual money itself. We spend it on things we value. Our time, our resources, we spend on things we value. Be wise, all right? May and June, be very, very wise. Now we go to July, and July came in with a bunch of clarifiers already, or a bunch of challenge already. We might go to the clarifiers and see. July comes in with this. Oh, look at ace, ace, ace. Boom, boom, boom. This is new inspiration, new idea, new excitement, new project, new job. All of that right here has to do with work and family. And then bam, bam, bam. What do we got? Leaving the rough waters for smooth. So something that you're going your own way here is really wise for you to do. And you're going to continue on that journey. It's like it started here with these two. And now here they are in the ship, and somebody is helping them get out of Dodge, get out of the difficult situation. Sometimes it takes a while to extricate ourselves from a situation that doesn't serve us because we don't know the next steps. And it's okay to allow ourselves to do it baby step at a time, baby step at a time, baby step at a time. It's not like the people when they were, like when there were pioneers or when there was early development of the country, that people just walked coast to coast and it was just an overnight thing. No, it takes a little bit. Feels like there's a burden going on in July. This leaving, this moving, this separation that's needed to happen and been happening and been a pulling apart is a good thing. However, it's difficult in July. I want to see what else is going on for you here. You've got the aces coming through, and I love that. It just feels like hard choices. And nobody loves hard choices, but Hard choices are better to make than not make the choice at all, and you just get hard results. All right. Make the hard choice, for heaven's sakes. The perfect solution is coming towards you. You're getting the Ace of Coins. You're getting the Ace of Cups in August. And here in July, you've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of... The Ace of Swords is here also. I want to show you this. I'm going to point this down. I can't even believe this. I didn't see it before, and I'm seeing it now. Look, 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 look. Okay, Ace of Coins for clarification of what felt like betrayal. Ace of Wands here in July. In August, Ace of Cups. And look, October, Ace of Swords, the truth. This is what's coming in. This is why you want to go towards this. This is why the independence is necessary. Because you're going towards whatever is the soulmate solution, the kindred spirit, best perfect partnering, perfect solution for self is coming through so, so strongly. Now this one, the independence has to be there. It's why all through here, prior to here, you're learning how to do independence. You're learning how to be in alignment with self. This is September, October, November. Huge, huge, huge. You've witnessed things. You've seen things. This is huge. It feels like you aren't riding forward like recklessly like the Knight of Sword does, but you've got the big sword and you're ready and you're carrying it well. What else is going on here? October, November. Let's take a look. Wow. Fuck yeah. Wow. Okay, so Queen of Swords kicks in. She has cut the shit completely. She's suffering no fools, suffering no idiots. She knows what she needs to do. And this is where the world is in your hand and the world on the horizon, where you're moving towards your dreams. You're making a plan, taking action. You've been doing it all along here. The plan is getting bigger, and your sense of having the globe right in your hand, this globe right in your hand is right there. The world is really becoming your oyster, but it's going to take a little bit of time before it is. Now, I want to look in the minis and clarify just a little bit more on those center cards, the thematic ones. So we'll look in the minis because we've got them. Why not? In fact, I'm going to go January, March, September, June. Okay? All right. Such a tricky thing to shuffle these things. Such a tricky, tricky thing to shuffle. Holy cow. I'm glad they didn't just go pshh everywhere. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. This is what we got. I'm going down one more time. We have the Emperor here, right in the January mark, right here. We've got December, January. This is you becoming the Emperor. You understanding that you must protect and provide for your own realm. And you have to be proactive in setting up terms, structure, and order how you want it. March. Look what we got the repeat on. This little one. This lesson is learned. This lesson is diminished. It feels like this is coming through, but it's not so painful anymore. You've made good choices. You've walked away from something that doesn't serve. Here we've got June. What is this the dupe of? Right here. This is what you're waiting for. This is going to shift. So these aren't coming in right away. It's coming in more like June. That's okay. You've crossed through this. It's all right to have rest for sure after you graduated. You don't just go immediately from high school graduation to your first day of college. There's a gap in between there. And it's meant to be. You need a little bit of downtime. And then here, this moon. Again, trusting your intuition. When you start doing this, this is actually when things start bringing all those aces, right? So trust your intuition. Not everything's going to be clear, but your intuition will be. Anything else on this one? And it's right here. New September. August, September. Wow. Look at this. You will be learning the skills of manifesting big time with the Magician. All of the elements coming together. And yes, they certainly are in optimal aces for you. All of them coming together. That's what I've got. That's gorgeous. That's complete. Holy cow. That's a big one, and that's beautiful. But yeah, that's what I see for you. Super, super cool year coming up for you. So whatever it is that you've graduated and you're needing to learn self-care and rest about, you just take your sweet time, babe. Take your sweet time doing it. Whatever it is you're letting go of, let go. No big deal. Let it be. Let it go. That's sometimes the best thing you can do is just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, because it makes room for what wants to come in and stay. All right. That's complete. You are so welcome. You are so, so welcome. Thank you. Thank you. It says, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that's going to be a really great year for you. Really great. All right. Kim, wherever she's led to first. Oh. Okay. All right. So this is for Blessedly Flawed. Kim, will you clarify? Okay. Krista, next two reads. Year ahead and pinches of charms. Your choice, which is first. Gotcha. Thank you, Kim. Year ahead and charms. I want to go to the year ahead for you first, and I want to go to the brutal brats, and then we'll go into the charms. So that's what we're doing. Now, the brutal brats, I trimmed them because they were driving me nuts. And I've looked like 3 times for this deck again and not gotten it. And the other day that I found it, I was so excited. But it's the beautiful creatures, and it's got the big-headed girls from Jasmine, whatever her name is. And so that's what we're going to go to, and we're going to see that first. So since I wanted to put these on the outside because they're a little bit smaller, so we'll go to this one first for the center cards, and then we're going to do charms. So let's see what's going on for the year ahead for Krista. Okay. Put this down. Krista, it's at the 45-ish mark, 46 mark on the video. So when I upload to YouTube, that's about where it will be for Krista. Wow. Ooh, okay. All right, honey. All right. The reason I'm freaking out, let me put these to the back a little bit for right now so I can have these where I need them, is we've got the decadence, the abruption. This is the tower card. This is beautiful, beautiful. We've got the tower, and we've got a little bit of devilish energy coming in on it too. But this is the decadence. This is the overindulgence in something. This is the decadence. This is where you're at. There's been an overindulgence or an overbuilding of something, and the abruption, the break, the liberation, the pulling it apart kind of energy that's huge. And then what comes from this? Independence, 9 of Pentacles, butterfly time. This is huge, huge, huge. And this says rewards. 9 of Pentacles. It's when your garden becomes super, super full, and you can take your time and have leisure time about something. This is what's going on at the center of your year. Let's see what's going on forward. There is a, it feels like, oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see. You can't see out my window well enough, I don't think. Damn it. Let me see. I'm going to try and show you guys this. Look at this. Hopefully you guys can see out that window. Do you see all those birds? I don't know if you guys saw that. It's like 3 flocks just landed on my roof and on the roof across from me, like crazy, crazy. They are definitely going somewhere. I don't know what they're doing. Wild. That was abrupt. Like the fluttering of their wings just threw me for a minute. Just totally threw me. I wasn't expecting to see all those birds. Yeah. There's a few of them just hanging out there. Okay. Sorry about the distraction. Yeah, that's a sign. Like, don't doubt the universe. When all of a sudden, boom, and you've got the tower, which is a sudden blasting of a something or other. Yeah, something suddenly is coming through. And that's the abruption. That's the break. That's the liberation. Really, really. Probably murmuring. Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, nature's phenomena as signs, it doesn't make it less of a sign. But it is actually incredible, some of the things they do. Yeah. Wow. Wild, wild, wild. Okay, let's see what's going on in December for you, honey. And you know that I love the tower, but the decadence here, it's got the Fabergé egg with the eye. Really, really, really beautiful. All right. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, let's move these back. Put these in here. Okay. This is what we're getting. 4 of Cups here. They're calling this ennui. This is the card of refusal. This is the card of moody broody. The card of going within to almost an extreme. It's not necessarily bad, but it is definitely a reflection inward of self. And don't refuse the new gifts coming towards you, but there is a necessary time for looking inward for you. The ennui right here in December. In January, time to get up on out of there. Get off the butt. Take the cup that's being offered and move forwards in January. You've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in, big and strong. And then you've got the 3 of Pentacles. This is saying mastership coming in. So here you have changes, and here you have mastership. Now this is where teamwork comes together, and things are at play in such a good way here. So this is what you're seeing with these 2. Love this. I want a little bit of clarity for January, February going on here. A little bit of clarity. Woo! Unity is coming in super strong there. And I'm getting masks off, masks off. Light coming through, light resonating through, masks off. She is not a masked one here at all. She is unmasked, revealed, unveiled. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, knowing her value, knowing her worth. This is really, really unveiled. This is energy that would be residual from last fall, coming through where you learned lessons of value and your own worth. And this is coming through in January, February. This is September, October lessons coming at you. Even though they're coming in a little bit as reminders, it doesn't mean that there aren't others around you that are in your corner. There are. Just be really, really aware of what your value is going forward and what you want to do going forward. The Four of Wands is where things are very, very synchronistic, on track, and it's calling it unity. Some people call that the 1111 card, but I'm getting synchronicity is coming in on this in a huge way, and this is between January and February. I'm not sure what's coming up. I'm getting something like the 22nd, 23rd going forward from January 22nd, 23rd. Now, this feels like I'm getting the slide rule also. The time might be a little bit variable, so know those dates, but don't hold to that date. If something good is happening on the 19th, yay, go for that. You know, that's exciting. But that's what I'm getting as far as time frame going in here, January, February. March is 10 of Pentacles, babe. That's like ka-ching, 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 bing, 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 all kinds of stuff good. Shades of Alice coming in here. Just give me a second. Shades of Alice coming in here, and the Fairy Tale Sisters, Shades of the Grimm's Brothers coming in. What's going on with that? I want some clarification on that for a minute. Let's take a look at that. We're going to take a look. Why am I getting all the fairy tale girl characters coming through at me? Everything from Poor Little Match Girl to The Shoes That Were Danced to Pieces to Cinderella to Alice to all kinds of fairy tale femme coming through. What's up with that? What's up with that, March? Fairy tale femme. It's like it needs to be broken. It needs to be destroyed. Something that is... going back to the Decadence card. It's indulgent to think yourself little. It's indulgent to think somebody else is in charge of the rescue job other than yourself. It's indulgent to think in the way of a child anymore. There's something that is growing up in you that's growing up in a very, very strong and powerful way. What's going on with that? Three of Swords. Wow, wow, wow. There's a disappointment that's come through. This is some sort of disappointment that broke your heart a little bit, but it's also causing you to grow up, and that's huge. And the Ten of Cups. It's not a bad thing. It's just a recognition where heartache and heartbreak have been, and now you get to grow up and get the better, the happier thing. This is huge for you. This is coming in March. So you've got 10 of Pentacles. You've got 10 of Cups. Let me show you these. And in between it, you have a little bit of heartache. This is huge for you. It's like you now know how you create magic. You now know what you need to knock down and be done with in order to move forward. And that's what's leading you more towards here, the butterfly moment. Now we go into April, we're seeing the Hermit. I'm loving this. Loving this, loving this. This is a beautiful Hermit. And this one says introspection. You might as well have had it in here, but it's not as mysterious as the ennui in December. The Hermit, introspection. You look in, but you know the lesson. You know what is the higher lesson you want to climb towards, and you know how to shine your light for yourself and for others to move forward. This is enjoying solitude. Solitude along the journey is important. It's when some of our most spiritual growth happens. It's when we get a lot of spiritual downloads coming through. When we withdraw and into ourselves in such a good way that we're ready to spiritually receive. This is huge for us. This is what's coming up in April for you. In May and June. In May, we're seeing the Eight of Pentacles. Work, 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 work. Create, create, create. I love this. It's like she finally has figured out that she's in her lab. It says practice on here, but I would put the word experiment with this. This is work experiments over and over and over again. And then leadership coming in June. This is huge. This is going your own direction in a way that's very, very strong and getting others on board with you. Now you have these ones wanting to get on board with your plans earlier, and it feels like they're coming on board here in June, July, August. Let's see what's going on. July, poverty. No, not so bad. And understanding and honoring what was broken, what was death and rebirth. Understanding this Five of Pentacles. Again, you have this heartache over here in March, right? And then you have the double tens coming in, right? So this feels like in this regard in July, whatever this is that you're switching with your experiment, be wise with your coins, yeah, but don't feel like poor little match girl, because you're not. You're going to have outgrown any of those Grimm's Brothers tales. You're just going to simply have outgrown them. You will need to separate from something that doesn't serve. Yeah. And the mean girls energy, the competitive energy, you're going to need to get singular in what you're doing. Now this one says rivalry, and that's why I call the Five of Wands the Mean Girls card. Not everybody's plan is the right plan. You need to get singular, focused on what it is you want. Two of Pentacles, flexibility. Now you figure out how you're going to adapt and adjust, and it's going to test you a little bit. This is a month where the thesis, the theory, the theoretical gets put to the test. So when scientists are like, this is my theory, blah, 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 I'm going to experiment and then test it. That's what's going on here, okay? We go on into this introspection in August. Very interesting. And this is not introspection only, it's inspection. Inspection's coming through. Inspection. This bottom card wants to come up. What do we got here? Justice. We've got the Page of Swords that has seen and observed, has witnessed. Sometimes is considered the spy in the camp for inspection. And then the Justice card coming up. And it says equality. Now look at this. This is gorgeous. Especially with how prominent Wicked is lately. Especially with what's going on with that. If you know any of those echoes, it's a little bit different. We talked about the Grimm's Brothers fairy tales and the fairy tales there. Now Wicked is an extension of a fairy tale or a pre-telling before the typical Wizard of Oz. It's seeing it from a different lens, from a different viewpoint, from a more grown-up viewpoint, perhaps. It's inspecting at it. Looking at something more thoroughly is going on there in July. Really look at it thoroughly. What's coming in down here? These two flowers are really getting me very, very strong. Give me just a second with this. There is something that needs to be a reminder of it's because the water is on this flower. It's getting me of mist, of dew, of learning, of cleansing, of clearing of something. You know that read that we did a little while ago, and it was all umbrellas, 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 and the spring energy. Some of the spring energy needs to come through. There needs to be a cleansing cry about something is what I'm getting, and it'll happen twice in that month. I don't know why, but that's what's going, and it's a gift that comes, and it comes in August. September, the Four of Swords. Now this is where we retreat, restore, renew, all of this. And this one says repose. Now if you go into repose, you kind of pull back, you kind of withdraw, but you also reposition, you repose. You don't recede and you don't fade. Repose. If something is in stark repose, right? There's a high contrast. There's a sharp knowing of contrast on there in September. A sharp knowing of what it is you want. That's September. October, the Chariot. Now this is moving forward, and this one is giving us the motion. What you have to know about the Chariot and motion and momentum. People say, oh, momentum, the Chariot. Yeah. Well, if you look at the original Chariot that's there, it's standing still. It's not in motion yet. The driver has to get in there, get focused, and get both of those damn horses on the same page in order to move forward. You're going to need to refocus, repose, refocus. Then you can go forward. Now let's see what else we're going to get as this momentum wants to come forward. You're going towards the Magician in November. So October, focus and then move forward. Focus and then move forward. And be aware. Be on the lookout, because you don't know when something's going to come right in front of you and when you're going to have to dodge it. Just like if you're in your car and you're dodging a deer, something jumps out in front of the road for you. You're going to have control of those reins in order to move forward, and control in order to pivot around something that, you know, could throw you for a loop. Five of Cups, regret. This is what you're going to have to pivot around. Now, this one is a card of pivot. Usually you see this person looking at the 3 cups that have spilled, and there's 2 in the background that they're not paying attention to, and they literally need to redirect their view and pivot, and this feels like what's going on. You'll have the momentum, but you need control of the balance of the harmony within and what's going on externally in order to make that pivot happen. Magician comes in November. Big, big, big. This is huge for you. What's going on with there? It's like you go back to the basics and you learn the power of the magic, but you've got more than just the cursory knowledge of it. You go back to the basics and enjoy the basics because you understand them now deeper than what you understood before. Ace of Cups, absolutely. This is all about understanding love in a deeper way. Huge, huge, huge. Understanding where you've been, understanding your history, understanding what's happened before, and understanding how that carries you through, how your MO in love moves you forward. That's what's going on there. Anything else she needs to know crossing here? The Knight of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of independence coming in for you. Ten of Swords. You had to move on from something. Take the knowledge and move on. Become the monarch. Become the butterfly. All right? You see here, little butterfly. I don't want my fingernail to cover it right there. You have to move on from something. This is what's got you kind of in a dither in December. You have to move on and become the butterfly. And you do. You really, really do. And then this habit is what you're overcoming. This is the devil. This is the toxic habit, toxic dependency. This is what you're overcoming. You've spent a little extra time in there in decadence, but the tower's going to knock it over anyway. So something that you're choosing to do out of habit or out of comfort level, you're going to need to break free of. And if you don't break free of it, when the tower kicks in that strongly, it means the universe is going to kick in for you if you don't. So you might as well be aware and kick down the tower for yourself. You might as well be aware that once you do kick it down, look how much bigger your wings get. Look how much more you're able to fly and how much more independence and luxury you actually have. All right, that's complete. That's gorgeous. You're saying, yeah, I get that. Yeah, yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we'll go into your charms read next. This is the Beautiful Creatures deck. And oh my gosh, I call them the brutal brats for a reason, because they don't mess around. They're cute, they're pretty, but they really don't mess around. The feeling that comes off this deck and off these cards, it's very much a teeth kicker. It really is. So it's a good deck to have. That's what I would say on that one. All right, let me get some water. We'll go into the charms read for you, honey. I'm getting something here coming in like something that is, you know, when you've carried your purse or your backpack on the one shoulder all the time, and it really is something that hurts. You've been carrying it over long. This is antagonistic and burden energy coming in on this shoulder, and I'm not sure what that's about, but you've carried something for too long. All right, we're going to look at the pinches. 2 pinches. See what's going on. We're going to see what's going on. Why are you carrying that? Like, why are you carrying this bundle of books of old lessons that you don't even need to have anymore? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Okay. So in my mind, I'm doing a straight line across here, and they are not landing in a straight line, anything close to a straight line. So let's see what we've got. And I'm going to try and rein some of this in. So this is what we've got. This is the upper line. I believe this also was the upper line. So I'm going to move this up here so you can see, because they moved kind of between my cases here. So let's flip this down so you can see. This is the conscious. This is the subconscious. And I believe this all is conscious. I think that one probably was conscious too, and this is subconscious. We'll leave that in the in-between. So we're going this way. Let's start over here. Okay, we've got the Pink Treble Clef. This is the Song of the Heart, but this is a gentler song. This is like lullabies coming in. This is something that's cradle song. This is also something that came before you even knew. This is something that will resonate with you. This kind of music, this kind of harmony resonates lifelong, all the way through, all the way through. Something you knew as a kid. The fish is coming through in the very Lenormand meaning. This is many, many, many. Something you knew about abundance coming through. Stronger, stronger, stronger. The clothespin here. Now this one's coming through. Often we bring in light attachment with a clothespin. This is coming through as a more literal. And there isn't a clothespin in Lenormand, but this is coming through very literally in the charm. So give me a minute. What are you hanging up to dry? What have you been washing and cleansing? What have you been trying to change, trying to bring out the excess water? It's like if you were hand washing, or your grandma was hand washing clothes and wringing it out and putting it on the clothesline. What's going on with this? Gogs is showing me, yeah, that's right. He's setting like the wet shirt over a stone, over a rock near the fire. There is something that you have wrung the ever love and essence out of. You've cleansed, wrung out. You know, when you've cried so hard that you feel like you've been wrung out, and now it's time to let the sun dry that. That's what's coming on here. This is something that you've been through, all right? And this is where you learn to let it dry. You learn to let it dry. You learn to let it dry. You're saying you're classically trained cellist? Wow. Wow. So whatever it is that you play on cello, that might be like the beginning tunes or the beginning steps, pay close attention to that. Pay close attention to those music things, because there's something in there, and then there's something that you're going to feel really wrung out going forward. Now I'm going to flip it back down here. We've got the captain's wheel and we've got the snake, and this snake is really a baddie. This one feels like a real asshole of a snake right here. This doesn't feel like snake of wisdom. It feels like changing direction, but somebody coming after you just as soon as you're starting to do well or break free of something that you were attached to. Just as start as you feel the sun coming in on you and shining and warming you up, right? Just as soon as you're feeling that sun warming you, then you have this damn baddie of a snake wanting to give you just enough to draw you back in. Don't go back, don't go back, don't go back. No, this one needs like cutting the head off the snake is important. You need to be in charge of your own direction going forward. Here you have the joyful flower. This is really, really solar energy with the yellow coming through. Sun energy that I mentioned about the clothes that needed to be dry. You need to let more of the sun, more of the joy, what makes you happy, continue. Let what makes you happy continue. Let what is the music of your heart that brings abundant happiness and helps you bloom continue. It's huge for you. Now going forward here. This is the starfish, and it's coming in with a little bit of shades of palm tree on that. What's that about? This is coming through with whatever is the paradise, whatever is makes you happy, like whatever would be your vacation to Hawaii. Not everybody dreams of going to Hawaii, but whatever it is, this is what you should be pursuing. Whatever makes you happy, whatever is your paradise, you need to be in that and engaged in that activity more often. What makes you happy that you would do it anyway, or find yourself doing it anyway. Not what should make you happy. What actually makes you happy. What you actually enjoy doing. Do more of that. Do more of that. Do more of that. The fish is saying do it in abundance. The starfish is saying, yeah, you're going to be glad that you did it. It matters. It's significant. The star on the moon is saying you've forgotten your dream a little bit. This one comes in. I'm going to flip this down here so you can see. This one comes in, and it comes in almost like a reverse tarot card. It comes in slightly diminished. You've been slow to acknowledge what is truly important to you. What matters to you needs to be paid attention to more. Pink comes in sometimes as high crown chakra, sometimes as high heart chakra. Over here, with the music note, with the treble clef, I mean, we had it more towards the heart. Here, it's coming in towards the crown. What it's telling me is like the bottom chakras are doing okay, but the top ones need realigned, and held in place. That alignment needs to be steady going forward. We've got, again, this is a blooming and whatever makes you bloom. Now, I don't know if you can see that pretty good, but it's like the flower pot with the flower in it. And then we've got the sun, and then we've got a music instrument. I don't have any cellos, but look what comes in instead. You're gonna die when you see this. Hopefully you can see this. It's like the really long neck guitar. Cello, long neck instrument. Yes, absolutely. Okay. You know when you can make your instrument cry, whether it's your cello or whether it is your voice, you need to let the music cry through you. You don't just sing with your lungs. You don't just sing with your vocal cords and with the air that comes through you here. When you sing, when you stand in the space of singing and let whatever is gut-wrenching come through you, it can cause transformative healing. It's a huge, huge gift, and it allows us to release something vocally and express something that needs to be expressed, and it comes like pretty much from the bottom of your being up and through. It's when you hear a wailing or a keening or a crying that way, and sometimes we'll hear instruments cry that way. So if you're getting clues that you need to have this kind of cry or do this kind of thing, maybe you go into your car and go for a ride and park somewhere where you can have this kind of thing. But it feels like you need to be standing somewhere, and who cares if anyone can hear you, singing whatever it is, so you can allow this to move through you and allow this energy to clear. Okay? Subconsciously, we're going to look at that line that we did, the line up top for one pinch, and we're doing the line below for subconscious. Okay. We've got here that purple sheep that was in the middle. I'm going to flip this down so you can see again. right here. So what we have right here is this purple sheep. Purple always to do with amethyst, always to do with third eye, always to do with thing. This is coming through in the dream time, in the dream space. There's something else coming through in the dream space. Sometimes it's a dream that is something that you've forgotten, somebody you need to pick up. This comes through as a driving dream. So, okay, I'm just giving you what's coming through. This is you in the car driving and suddenly you're on the road that you didn't know you were on. Suddenly you're further away from where you thought you were going. So rather than being over here, you're suddenly over here. You're suddenly way over here. Somebody that needs to be picked up over here, somebody that matters, somebody that you had left in the past, or somebody that you were having responsibility towards. It's coming in a dream. They're going to come in notions. This is like, you know, when parents dream of their kids, or when you dream of friends or long lost loves, and it keeps popping in your dreams. There's something that needs to be done about this in order to clear that energy, okay? We're going to go to this side now. We have a new start here. You've got to get through this and clear this. You've got the rabbit here. This is new start energy coming through strongly here. And then this one, it's kid energy. There's something that it feels like a responsibility. You got the new start, but you got this kid energy coming in. This is something that you have a responsibility to do a new start, to see like a kid. Both of these coming in really strong. I hope you can see those pretty well. I'm going to line them up down here so you can see. They were running parallel to the heart and the fish, but this is the fool taking the leap of faith and the kid trusting like a child. And we already covered that up here. Subconsciously, it's tracking too. Subconsciously, there's responsibility. The cup coming in here. I want to see a tarot card with this one. The green cup. What's going on here? We're going to go with the Slavic legends here. What do we got with this green cup? Again, to do with the heart, whenever we see green, whenever we see emerald. But there's also something about fertility, abundance, really, really vitality is what's coming in. Very verdant. Green, it makes you peaceful. It makes you breathe easier. If you think about like the rainforest, if you think about Oregon is so gorgeous and lush green. It takes a lot of rain to do this, a lot of cleansing, a lot of water, a lot of movement in that, to do that, to get the heart really, really nourished and well revitalized. Oh my gosh. Cannot make this shit up. What comes through? Ace of Cups. On what? The cup charm. Yeah, I'm going to show you this so you can see. Cup charm. Ace of Cups. There's going to be something optimal, something emotional to the heart, overwhelming and huge that comes in when you get rid of this snake guy here and start going your own direction here. Subconsciously, you want to move through this. You know you have to quest for the grail for yourself. You know what is your emotional cup needs to be overflowing before you can share with anyone else. Now you have the loose clothespin here. Subconsciously, you're getting the paperclip over here. I'm going to show you this. Subconsciously, paperclip right here. It's something that you have to choose to remove the attachment. And it's not as hard to do as if something is screwed in, right? It's just a pinch if it's consciously done. Subconsciously, it's going to be a little bit more work, a little bit more sorting out the papers, the lessons of the past in order to move forward. Now here, we've got sailboat, key, and then interesting, the heart with the lemniscate in it. I want to scoot these over so you can see. Okay. So sailboat. Remember I told you about the paradise thing? This is tracking under here. This is tracking. Whatever it is that's your paradise. Maybe you don't want to be in Hawaii. Maybe your idea of Hawaii vacation, fabulous vacation, or Disneyland vacation is sure not Disneyland. Maybe for you, it's going to see the biggest ball of twine or the world's library or museum of this, that, or the other. That's what's going on. Your paradise needs to be your pursuit. And that comes with pursuing your passion. It's strong for you. That's the key to it. That's why the key is there. And it's why it was like reversed right here. Subconsciously, you know it's the key. Subconsciously, you know it. It's trying to unlock and open up. You need to follow and pursue what it is you love to a huge degree. Then here you're seeing the heart come through with this lemniscate. Okay, we're going to give you the lemniscate exercise. I've given this as homework before. I don't know if I've given you this homework before, but I've given this before. It's where you're doing this with your hands. So I'm going to scooch back. So, whoa, a lot of belly going on there. Sorry. So you're doing this with your hands, right? You have to do this. And you have to start flowing this. And if you're doing this and you're doing this meditation and you're doing this flowing, it's not juggling and catching. No, is getting yourself in that figure 8 of flow. Getting yourself so you're really understanding how the flow goes, so you're really feeling it. And you do it. You start slow, like almost like juggling the scales of Libra, juggling the scales of justice, those kinds of things, evening it out, and then getting yourself back in that flow. This is important. This is something you can do that will help you get grounded and help you get aligned. It's just something that our bodies and the motion of doing it helps us line up. It helps our alignment. It helps us know. Why? I don't know why, but it does work. So that's what I'm giving you. It will help you get more of this going for you. That's what I've got. That feels complete. That's beautiful. Oh, you got it. Good. Yeah, that's what I've got for you. That was gorgeous. And that's what I have. Okay, let me get a little bit of water and I'll throw these charms back in their container and see what's going on. Darn it, I have to open it before I can throw them in. Stuff. That's absolutely amazing, Angie. Thanks. I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad it's helpful. I love doing them. They're really kind of fun reads to do. Really kind of fun. You are so welcome, honey. So welcome. No problem at all. All right, let me get a little water. We'll see what's going on next. I thought I saw Chad in the house, which was always good. All right. Kim, if you let me know who's next, that'd be great. And if we're caught up, that's great too. According to the iPad, it's been 1 hour and 16 minutes. Holy moly. Okay. Hello. Good to see you. Whoa. Okay. The list is clear. It's a great time. Yeah, it is a great time to get an in-depth paid reading, but we're going to get a collective, and we're going to go to the Egypt cards for right now. I wanted to go to those. They're different. They read very oracle. You can see all over the back. I showed you the little pamphlet that was so small. This is the smallest little white book I've ever seen. But I wrote on the back some of the key things. So let's see what we got. Plus another 15 minutes before the recording, probably so. All right. What do we need to know as the collective for today? And this might come through like a hybrid read, more tarot oracle, because this is what this deck feels like to me. All right. It's called the Pyramid, Tarot of the Pyramids. Okay. We've got appearances, we've got authority, and we've got serenity. This one stopped me cold when I wrote it down. It says the paint on the wall doesn't speak about the wall, but about the painter. Just as suffering doesn't speak about you, but about who created it. Appearances. When we look at something, we have to take in what's there, but we have to realize what is actually going on. The paint on the wall is a reflection of the painter. So what we bring forward, what we see as appearances, isn't always what's going on. There's more going on than what we would see. And how we adopt and take on something, just like we would take that paint, or we would wear that suffering. You know, the old Twilight Zone where the masks they wear and it changes their faces. It's what are you wearing? What are you bringing forward? What are you countenancing? This is huge to think of. What is it we will countenance? What is it we will tolerate? What is it we'll create? What is it we'll bring forward? That's what's coming through with appearances. And look at how this one, I mean, poor little cheetah. Poor little leopard, whatever you want to call it. Poor little creature. This one is, if one comes into your world, if somebody comes in unexpected and you're able to help, to give, to serve, then do so. Authority is coming forward here. And this is saying, this one says, benevolent authority is order without power. When we think about how the universe works for the highest good, the most benevolent outcome, it's working forward, and it's not because of a power grab. It's because it's a universal truth that comes forward. Authority, the sovereignty we have over ourselves, the authority we have to create changes within our own life, to balance our own karma. This is what's coming through. And to create and set order and create what realm we want to have is huge. And then this is serenity. And it says, if karma were a fatality, there would be no evolution of consciousness possible. And that's, I had to read that one twice. If karma were a fatality, There would be no evolution of consciousness possible. It means if karma was going to kill us, if karma came in and bitch slapped us so hard that we ended up dead, laid out, and boom, then we would never be able to level up our lesson or grow or learn and expand. So karma is kind of got a little bit delay on it. And it's also got this thing where consciousness needs to level up and evolve. We need to be able to have that. If there was no karma ever happening to anyone, they wouldn't learn the lessons either. Let's see what else is coming up. Tarot of the Pyramids. Be with it is what I'm getting here. It's not written on the back, but be with it. Be with it. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Be with it. It's okay. We get such in a dither in modern times. Our ancestors would kind of laugh on some of this. We get such in a dither. We get so overly serious about what's going on. And we forget just the basics. The basics of taking care of ourselves, of loving our fellow beings, of just chilling a little bit more. It would be helpful. All right. What else do we got? Justice is coming big. Living consciously is coming big. The Tower and introspection big. This feels like it's coming soon. Something that's built up is going to go boom. Now, some people would say this could represent the patriarchy or structures that are no longer working, but sometimes something has to be destroyed to make way for something new. We all have talked about Tower a lot. One of my favorite cards. This is great. Then this one says introspection. And look at, you can see, now we see this on the Justice card in the Light Seers deck so well. We see the lady holding the sword in the balance. This has very much got a lot of that flavor going on. And the notes on the back of here says the path of consciousness leads us to discover who we are. We don't always have to figure who we are in a response to someone else. We figure ahead how we want to respond to a situation rather than react. They don't necessarily define us, just like the paint thing. That's their evidence. It's not necessarily who we are. So this is requiring introspection. How do we want to move forward after this shit has hit the fan? How do we choose to move forward? How do we choose to reflect, go inward, and move forward? This is huge. Next out was Justice. Now look at this beautiful. My goodness. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And it says, balance is born from harmony between truth and responsibility. And I can't say that any better than this card did. But that's what it's got. And it's really got a lot of wisdom coming through there. A lot of priestess energy. This is the card of authority here. And it's saying balance is born from the balance between harmony, and from the owning and accounting of harmony and responsibility, between truth and responsibility. I want to look at this a little bit more. I'm getting desert energy off of this. This is more than just the pyramid deserts. I'm getting like Sedona, Red Rocks, Moab in Utah, the red clay of the desert energy coming in with the turquoise blue with the river that's going through it. I need to see this. What do we got in Grand Canyon? The water that carves through the stone over the time carves through the stones over time. It's because there's a fluid, there's a flowing, and there's emotional flow that brings forward something huge going on. There's something coming up in here where the emotional flow will override that which is idiotic, that which is out of balance. The emotional flow of love is going to override that, and it will carve through and bring justice forward. That's what I'm getting. As sure as the river carved the Grand Canyon, love carves through what seems immobile, what seems immovable. Yeah. This is it's beautiful energy in Arizona. Really beautiful, Jack. And that's what's coming through with those colors. It's very much coming through there. Very much priestess coming through, not just justice and lady liberty and all that, but priestess energy coming through on that too. And ancient energy coming through. And then living consciously is coming through on this next one. And it's saying living consciously is also to foresee the consequences of any action. Justice as high priestess sees how it needs to be balanced. Living consciously is when we choose to see, yeah, we can be pissy in response to somebody, or we could let our higher selves come in and let there be a little bit more love for something. That doesn't mean being walked over. It means allowing more love, more space, allowing karma to do her job. when we live consciously, then it's going to bring those scales into balance again. That's what I'm getting. That's what's coming through. Exercise compassion, exercise and give grace to yourself first and then to others as well. That's what I've got. That's coming through for the collective right now. Holy moly. That was huge, guys. That was super huge. That's what's come through, though. That's a big damn deal to be able to do that and to allow it to move through, where we are allowing ourselves to be very, very conscious, very, very aware of the balance that needs restored. And it's never perfectly even, but it does get closer. And then sometimes it's really off for a while. Then it gets closer again. And it feels like it's starting to get closer again and start leveling off. So that's what I've got, guys. That's what I got. Oh, thank you, beautiful, like always. Thank you, Steph, thanks. Any aliens in the sky on those cards? You know, I haven't seen any. Let's take a look. And this is the Tarot of the Pyramids, but it's very, very oracle. But let's fan some of these through and see what we've got here. I'm just going to take a chunk. Look at their lovers, though. I mean, holy smoly. Is that not beautiful? It's just absolutely a stunner of a card. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Judgment comes through. Here we go. We've got the World, and we've got this one, and this is drawing my attention here. And it's saying liberation. Past holds power only if we give it. It's up to us to choose what we wish to become and create it. Give me a second here. That's what's coming through with some energy. Is it coming through like aliens and drones? And no. That's coming through like Lucy. What do we have here for the message? We have the very much lotus and feminine energy coming in here with the Ankhs, the divine energy here, coming in strongly. But what we're getting through is Lucy's energy. There is something very, very wisdom, something that's connected with ancient. Now, they have this thing on the History Channel called Ancient Aliens, and it's very hippie-trippy and fun. Sometimes we get distracted by thinking we need to know if the aliens or if they're making contact or blah, blah, blah. I mean, the world is just quite bonkers lately, this last week or so. Super bonkers. There's a song that is in the culture that, I forget, is it Avril who sings What If God Were One of Us or something like that? And that song comes to mind, and what if God were one of us? Well, what if we are the aliens? What if when we think of aliens, we're only seeing a future projection of ourselves? If we want to do the head trip that time is like a man-made construct, what if that's going on? What if everything is going on all at once? There's a certain liberation with knowing that we are where we are meant to be. There's a certain liberation with knowing that the angelic realm or the alien realm or the starseed galactic realm, whatever it is here and working for our good. There is more of the universal for our good than against it. And there is a need for contrast, yes, good and evil, dark and light, blah, blah, blah. But the universe is always conspiring for us. The universe is always wanting to expand. And what makes the universe expand is the force of love. It's never really love and hate. It's love and greed. And greed always contracts. But the universe is designed to expand. Hugely expand. That's what's coming through. Lucy's giving me the nod and just walking. And she's walking on some stairs that look like white marble stairs going up, up, up. It's talking about ascension. It's talking about growth. It's talking about stepping up a little bit at a time and walking the higher path. That's what we're getting with this card. Really, really gorgeous. There isn't a whole lot of alien necessarily in how some of us would define it here. There is a lot of galactic going through these pyramid cards. They are just gorgeous. Like, I was so irritated that they didn't have the correspondences like the tarot that I thought about, do I want to send this back, And as I looked through it, I couldn't send it back. These are meant to be gateways and portals. So it's a different kind of setup. And when I can realize, okay, this is a hybrid, then I got over it. So that's what I've got. Lucy is stunning, isn't she? Just absolutely beautiful. All right. I think that's probably it. Kim, are we caught up? Hey there, Tess. Hey. I think we're caught up. I think that's probably it. Is there anything else we need to know? Oh, so I was going to tell you, in looking for different things, somebody's read came through with this picture reference, and I hadn't done my journal recently, but I had seen this picture a few times, and what came through, I was wanting my mom's help on something, and she showed me a picture of her, and I'm telling you, the energy in this picture was huge. My mom was probably 20 in this picture. She was pregnant with my older sister, so I hadn't even been invented yet, right? As far as the earth plane goes. And my first sister hadn't been born yet. And such adventure, such optimism in this picture. And she was sitting in front of a sign. And the sign said Banff. She had gone to Banff, Canada, right? And she was sitting in front of a sign. And this came through. And, you know, I'm like thick as a brick on this. Like, okay, wondering how mom's doing. I'm seeing this picture in my head that I've only seen a few times in reality. That I would have no way. I wasn't in the picture. Like, why would it have registered? But okay. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Roll over, roll over. Again, that picture comes in so strong. And it was very much, Angie, here's your sign. Be looking forward towards the adventure. Let the signs come in how they will come in. It's beautiful to see them and receive them. So, okay, Kim's saying Juki's here. Okay, I'll get some water. I'm happy to stay on. What is the cost for the full read? Here's the full read. It's $40. And it's usually 15 to 20 cards, but you know I get nosy. And it's usually 2, sometimes 3 decks if I have a third one. But those are really fun. And hopefully that helps. I'll hold that for a minute. Then I'll get some water. You were just speaking about Banff today. Yeah. And Jack, there's a reason that gets mentioned. Because I've only seen that picture like probably less than a dozen times. Maybe less than 10 times in my life. And I wasn't even born yet. Nor was my older sister. And my mom was so young. She was fairly newly married and she still had braces on in that picture, which is wild to see. And you made it to Iceland. Yay. I'm so glad. So glad for you. That's super exciting. That's fabulous. Jack, that's great. Go follow the Holistic Siren. Follow Intuitive Seer. Follow us all on the YouTube or wherever else you might see us. It's always good to have more than one platform, but don't be in fear and crazy about what's going on. We need to be following what is our passion and trusting the universe to carry us. All right, let me get some water. Okay. You think that's the trip you need next? It may well be, sweetie. It may well be. Jack, when you go on these trips, think of yourself not just as explorer, but as energetic scavenger. Because I think you are doing and taking energy from those places and adding it into your lessons or adding it into your scrolls that you carry in your life lessons and into things that are important for you to pull out and reference again later. Think about it this way, energetic scavenger. It seems to be about right. It's not just exploring. You're throwing something in your spiritual backpack, in your Akashic backpack of stuff, and it feels like that's really good for you. So that's what I've got on that coming through. I don't know why. You probably already know this. I probably didn't have to tell you any of this, but it's like, pling, okay. All right. Yeah, the cords are getting sore. So Juki's will probably be the last read. So we'll let that be. And I held this up. And Juki, I don't know if you paid the old Cash App, but the Cash App did change. And this one is where you might see my husband Phil's name on the PayPal. But this has changed to The Feisty Butterfly. And this is afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. So Smiling Possum, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Are we ready? So Juki wants a full. And we can go ahead and go and get into that. So it looks like I just got 40 from Erin. Is that our Juki? I'm doing good, Possum. I'm doing really good. It's a good day. A real good day over here. And I'm not sure why it feels so good, but it feels like maybe I'm just a little bit of an early because I like to go places and arrive early. I'm hardly ever late to anything, like almost never, like somebody must have died if I'm late, that kind of thing. But it feels like the Mercury retrograde energy is shifting early for me, and it feels like that shift is really there. Juki, you're looking at 6 divorce lawyers to interview. Which reading? I would get a full. Let's just go on in and we'll look, okay? Let me see what else is going on with that comment. I'm trying to get it to pull down just a little bit more. Which reading should you purchase? I think the full is right. So, I think the full is right. I just want to know if that's you as Erin coming through. Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. Oh, the Wild Reflections wants to come through. Okay, yeah. Okay. Like right off the top. You just had a good ascension and liberation, Edie. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. Juki and the 6 lawyers. Let's see what's going on. I want to see what's going on with you first. I want to get 5 cards here, and then I'm going to do the 6 lawyers, and I'm going to put 1 card for each of them. Then we're going to go in and look some more. So we're just going to do an overall big fat snoop. Okay? Let's see what's going on. So, and this is recording for you, so let's see what's going on. And Juki, it's showing like 135 on my recording, so when I upload it, it's going to take a while to upload, but you'll want to fast forward towards more of the end. Let's see what's going on. What's going on for Juki? All right. Give me some space. 1 second. This needs to get out of my way. We're going to need room. Okay. This is what we're seeing. This is the 3 of Pentacles. You thought you had harmony, teamwork, and working together, but the lightning is coming through here. And it's coming through as lightning rather than lights. So you can see the lights all around. This is supposed to be harmony, bliss, working together, working together. This is just telling me state of affairs. The Emperor's coming through with control freak energy on this. I'm really not loving it. And coldness of the King of Swords coming through really, really strongly. These 2 are both coming in and feeling very reversed. Now, I read cards if they feel reversed to me, not just if they come in reverse, because I have so many damn decks of cards that there's no way that they're all starting out uprighted. These 2 feel reversed. These 2 feel like very cold and very control freak narcissistic energy coming in here. This feels like you're up against it and up against somebody that's going to try and be strategic and outmaneuver you. So you've got to let your emotions not be overwhelming to you at this particular point. You got the Page of Cups. There's new surprises and pleasant surprises that are emotionally there that are going to allow you to create something different. And it's like almost like it wanted to get squelched. And then the Lover's coming up. This is about a choice. And I want to see what's going on. Don't get back together with this asshole. No. Move beyond this. The agreements that we have with lovers. You know, we get this myth in our head that we're going to marry somebody or we get married. It's happily ever after. We work and we grow old and die together. Well, people live a damn long time. That's not how it's been. And it's not how it's been for a long, long time. Historically, it's not even how it's been. But it is a myth that's been perpetuated for a long time. Your life purpose is bigger than any one particular lover. Your life purpose is bigger than who is the father of your children. Your life purpose is bigger than being wife or spouse to someone else. And the choice of the heart and the soul contracts all come through with the Lover's card. And the choices we make all come through. Okay. Now here, I needed more space. I'm going to shove these to the side a little bit. So these are going down to the side over here. Putting these through here so you can see a little bit stronger. We've got the 3 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. This is what you're heading toward that's a little different. This feels like flash forward, flash preview. 6 of Cups, the universe wants to give you a gift. The 9 of Cups, your wish card wants to come through. And you want to be celebrated and acknowledged and not taken for granted. You want to be where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference when you follow your passion and your purpose. This is huge. And it is a tough, tough choice going on for you right here. This is what we've got so far. I want to go in the little cards and look at the 6 lawyers. So I'm going to go in these and spread these out. It's just as if they're their own thing. I'm going to put these to the side. We're going to see what's going on. All right. The 6 lawyers for you. And you trust your highest good over me or any other tarot reader. Always. Always. If you go into a lawyer and they feel like they're a little scammy and they're just out for the money, get the fuck out of their office. And whenever you go in and you're interviewing lawyers, and they aren't going to love that I said this, if somebody is married to a lawyer or whatever, they're going to have to deal. You need to use that free consultation to maximize it. So you go in with clear questions and you don't get emotional. They're not your fucking therapist. They're your goddamn lawyer. So go in and grill them. Get the answers that you need for legal stuff. But you go in and you ask them. Don't tell them about how right you are or what a schmuck your ex is. Give them clear, concise information, clear, concise questions. Okay, into it. And I'm sorry you're going through divorce. It's just such a briar patch and tricky, thorny situation to deal with. I'm so sorry you're having to go through it. A lot of us have been through it, and it takes a while. And it's not the end of the world, but it sure feels like shit. So I'm sorry. All right, lawyer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third lawyer in already has a really strong match going on. Third lawyer in is coming in like this, just so you know. Queen of Cups energy. Reflects on the past, but allows the dream to go forward in the future. So this is what we're seeing down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Turned on his head. He's going to think 2 outside the box. If you need outside the box, this is the one for you. But otherwise, I wouldn't go with this one. It feels like willing sacrifice and things will go slow with the first lawyer. Second lawyer. 6 of Pentacles is going to try and get everything balanced, balanced, balanced. Try and get things that are coming forward in a good way. How this is different from 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is nostalgia. 6 of Pentacles gives you crumbs, crumbs, crumbs. I'd be very mindful of this one too. This one feels like he's going to try and do the balance of the law, but you might get the crumbs of his time. It doesn't feel like everything that he's offering is actually what he can do. He might offer you good wisdom, but he might not be the one that you want to pursue. What's coming through on this card is the Pamela Coleman Smith version, where you see the rich guy handing out crumbs to the poor and choosing who can have what and being very selective in it. And it doesn't feel like gift from the universe so much. It feels like getting the crumbs. This one might be one that overextends. This feels like really excellent lawyer. Definitely woman lawyer. Definitely intuitive woman. Compassionate woman coming through. Third lawyer. That's the energy coming through. Whether or not they actually are women, I don't know, but this is what's going on. Then here we have the World. There's a completion of something. I don't know what, I want to see what's going on. We're going to the third deck of this for this World card, because this one's a good contender too. This one's well-versed, knows things, knows how to advance things and get things completed real quickly. Fourth lawyer. Yeah. This one is also a good one. She would take you into the next steps pretty well. This fourth one is a good one. The fifth lawyer is Temperance. Going to see black and white, balance things, be fair-minded. This one's not bad. This one is going to give you advice that will be, okay, here's the contrast. Plan A, plan B. And the sixth one, the Nine of Pentacles. This is the independent one. This is like the one probably doesn't have their name on the door for the firm. This is an independent one. This one is about making money. And she's not a bad one, but she's a little bit distant from the actual thing that's going on. She sends out the hawk to check on things. If I had to choose between any of these lawyers, I would choose either this one that came in strongly like this or this one. If I had to choose them just based on the cards. You trust your highest self. Now we're going to go in and we're going to look a little bit deeper and see what's going on. Because here we have this one coming in with the World and the Fool. And where you're taking on so much going on in your life right now, I want to see what else is happening. So we're going to throw a general. And we're going to throw this as the influence card since it's already up. We're going to do the Australian 10 spread. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I thought for a minute I had the wrong one. See how my decks are? I had to trim the gilding off of one, and I didn't realize. It's fine. Okay. Sorry. We'll get it here. Yeah, and when I take the gilding off the top and bottom, and ink it, it's because I have a second deck, a backup deck, but it does make it a loud one, so sorry if the shuffle's a little loud. Wow, this packet wants out right there. Right there wants out. Okay, and this one's coming in sideways, and it's not going to be denied. Page of Swords. Now, this is spy in the camp. This is when you need to witness things, observe things, be sharp. Be mindful of your communication. Don't communicate harshly. You might say things that are a little bit too harsh. And this also comes in with a little bit of reference to gossip, so be mindful. Coming in sideways at you. What do we got here? Love it. Okay. The clarifying subconscious energy here is this Five of Swords. It's getting off the battlefield and being efficient in your battling. Queen of Coins coming in subconsciously. Know your value, know your worth. So you need to figure out whether you want to battle or not. Don't add insult to injury by battling over stupid shit. Now, you probably have heard this before in one form or another, but make sure the battles that you want to fight, and particularly if they're going to be legal and costly, are really, really worth it. Know your worth going ahead with this, okay? We're going to look down at the cards and see what else is coming in. This came in like this. We're flipping this down, so you can see, hopefully, over here. This is being celebrated rather than tolerated. Be with your tribe. Be with your soul family. Be with those that lift you up and elevate you. You're being challenged right now by what? Oh, this fuckwit, the Emperor. Now, we saw him before in what was going on. When the Emperor is upright, he's leading strongly, he's protecting and providing for the realm, he's seeing what needs handled, and he's handling it well, setting up structure and handling it well. When he's screwball, he's just being a friggin' control freak, and you don't need that nonsense. The challenge here is for you to celebrate yourself, even after feeling a little bit beat up and bruised and worn out and like exhausted, and to become the emperor for yourself, to take charge and create the structure you need. This is the challenge. It's not just that your ex is the challenge. It is the challenge right now for you to honor yourself, for you to set up the new structure. And it's going to take a little bit of doing, so don't freak out that it's going to be work. This one doesn't follow the crowd like a sheep. In one of the decks, the Emperor comes through like the lion among the sheep, and that's how you need to think of yourself, okay? All right. Conscious, subconscious here. You in the now and the environment around you. Page of Wands, new messaging, exciting to go forward. And subconscious, you know this change has been coming for a while. The Wheel of Fortune here. These are coming in really strong. I'm putting them this way. They don't feel reversed, but I'm putting them that way so you can see them. But it feels like these energies are coming in very strong. The new messages here. Also, this is feeling like a planting of a new sapling, a planting of a new tree. Really, really understanding that you need to have something new grow, and you can't be stunted or taken down any further. You've got roots on this new path going. The Two of Wands. You're making plans. The world in your hand versus where you're going forward. And you will be going forward a little at a time, a little at a time, a little time. And in this deck, it's really beautiful. It feels like you've gotten a little bit. This is card where you see handicaps or disabilities. And we kind of don't want to say things that are, you know, politically incorrect. But sometimes we choose a partner who kind of handicaps us or slows down our growth. And this is now you ready to move forward regardless of the terms, regardless of what has been. You're in the now, ready to move forward, even from where you've been, even though it's difficult, even though it's been challenging. Page of Pentacles energy. Now this one I love, and I tell people to go be the Batman. Usually you see this guy, and the young kid is holding this coin, and it's so valuable. They're holding their value. They know their value. They know their worth once again. They're remembering this. And this one has thought they were Robin, but they need to start acting like Batman. They're the one that needs to be the main character. And this is the energy around you. Do you dare be the main character? Yes, you do. Now, if we go this way, we're seeing, again, this Nine of Cups, the Wish card. This is the third time we've seen it. If I had a fourth deck, we'd get it again. Look, we saw it here. In the lawyer question, we saw it in what was going on before, and we're seeing it here. This is recent past. Everything you wished for, everything you wanted, it was there, and it will be there again. You are the one that holds the grail, sweetie. I'm flipping this up for a minute. You're the one that holds the grail. You're the one that knows how to proceed to get what your heart's desire is. There's a strong rooting in this knowing of what it is that you need. And there's a strong rooting in knowing what and who you don't need. You don't need somebody else taking dominion over you, leading too strongly over you. You need to be the one planning and making your own choices, all right? Here we have the Four of Pentacles. This is saying, like, as words of advice, guard your money, be frugal, be thrifty with your coins, be aware of your resources. You are not without resources. You are not without value. You are not without gifts. You have plenty. Your arms are full, but be wise in what you do with this going forward. Be wise with your pennies, all right? Just be a little bit conservative, a little bit tight with the money, not because you're never going to see money again, but because you have enough right now, and you need to be aware of what's going on and be very controlled. Again, the number 4 here, the number 4 here. You're the one that's managing these resources now, and it's going to look a little different. King of Pentacles coming up in hopes and fears. There's something about leaving the security behind. When you see the King of Pentacles, it's usually show me your money and I'll back your play. But sometimes if we deal with a nasty divorce situation, we stick around for security and we're afraid to leave that behind because we don't know what we don't know. The unknown is daunting and scary, and it's going to look a hell of a lot different. This is also taking charge, steering your own ship, following your own light. Hugely beautifully done in this deck. And then here, this Hanged Man. It's going to be a whole different look. Now, you saw this regarding one of your lawyers before, and I told you it would be slow. This is a shift of your mindset, and it's going to be slow, but it's a willing sacrifice. I want some clarifiers on this one. We're going to look in here. Clarifiers on the Hanged Man. What is it you're learning through this? Is cutting yourself down from the tree so this new perspective can help you move forward? Wow. Wow, wow. Okay. All right. This packet wants to pop out, and I'm going to just read it fast. The Moon. Sketchy and deception is asking for something that's hidden to be swept away. It's going to be a little bit mysterious for about a month, and you need to trust your intuition. Nine of Swords. Painful. This is the mini of the Tower. This is restless nights. You need to get your sleep, get your rest, and allow the aha epiphany. Put a pad and paper and pen by your bed. Write down the epiphanies, and then let yourself get to sleep. If you're like going over something on the hamster wheel of your mind, write it down on the paper. Let it go. Let yourself get the rest, because you're going to need it. Three of Swords. Betrayal and heartache and loss and sorrow. It doesn't last forever, but it feels like hell, and there's no getting around it. Don't continue the betrayal by selling yourself short. You are enough. You're doing fine, and you will get through this. Strength card. Huge. The universe wants you to follow the gentle nudges. This is balancing things out and saying, okay, let's do this. Gently, let's do this. It's not forcing something. It's not wrangling it. No, it's following the strength that is the inner strength that's most important for you now. And Seven of Cups. Don't procrastinate. Make your choices of what it is that's important to you. Get creative about what it is. It's time for you to choose your own future. It is time for you to choose your own adventure. We'll go to that deck. I have that deck down here. We're going there because it comes in not just as the Seven of Cups window shoppers, but as choose your own adventure. What do you want to see happen in the next 3 months? Wow. Okay. You want to see the Hanged Man get converted to the High Priestess, and you want to be able to go forward. And what we're seeing here, this Hanged Man is the outcome. You want to see the willing sacrifice has mattered. Your intuition's going to kick in super strong. This is probably 2 months away. And then here, it's going to go slow at first, okay? This is going to be a little bit slow at first. That's okay. You are prepared for this. You are ready to move forward, and it's time to do so. If you're going to choose your own adventure, you need to honor your intuition. Honor your highest self first and foremost. Honor the lawyer that feels like the good fit, that listens really well, that understands, that doesn't waste your time, that doesn't waste your cash, that's good at what she does, all right? So that's what I've got for you. I hope that is helpful to you. There's a lot going on for you, and I wish you all the luck in the world. It is really, really tricky when we have to disentangle from some situations, and divorce situations are tough. So good luck on that. It's a rough road for a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. You survive it, you're going to do okay. And there will be a new perspective, not just about this person, but about this whole era of time in your life and the whole value in the lesson. There will be a shift in that in time. You're welcome, honey. Wow, thank you. You are so welcome. You are so, so welcome. That one needed a full, and that was a full. But that's what we've got for today. Hopefully it helps. Good luck. Good luck, honey. All right, I'm going to let my vocal cords kind of recover and take a break and go get some lunch and all that jazz. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Trust the universe has us. It really, really, really does, guys. It really does. And follow what it is you love. Trust your highest self. All right. I will see you guys later. Bye for now. Mwah.